Welcome to episode 6 of The Streak. I am your host, Tim McDonough, joined as always by former Defiance baseball mentor, Tom Held, current Defiance head coach and longtime co-head coach, Rick Weaver, and four of the members of the 2011 class that helped keep this 72-game Western Buckeye League win streak alive. Welcome Garrett Wood, Gabe Vittorio, Mikey Ramirez, and Big Von Kurt Below. How you guys doing? Welcome to the podcast.
Wow.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Tim.
Yeah, this is awesome. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Well, before we start talking about your part in the streak, let's find out, what you guys have been doing since you guys left high school. We'll start with you, Rick. Just kidding. You're in the upper left there. Let's start with you.
Who, me?
Yeah, let's start with you.
All right. Yeah, just out of high school, joined the Army, and then went to my first station was upstate New York, so I was there, Afghanistan, back, then to Central America for about a year and a half, and then to Kentucky, and then I got out in 2017, moved down here to Lakeland, Florida, where my parents live. Worked with my dad's company for a while, and then this past year, well, I guess this will be my second year, I split off, started my own company. And then I got married in 2020. My wife, got two kids. So just living life in the Sunshine State.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well,
Thanks for your service, Garrett. I know I've told
Yes.
you before, but this class has a lot of service guys, man. Very proud of this group.
You guys made it easy.
All right. Hey, Gabe, how about you? What have you been up to since high school?
Graduated. I went to West Virginia University my freshman year of college. I walked on to the baseball team there. Call it unofficial red shirt, I guess. I was never actually redshirted, but I got to dress for home games, practice, do all that fun stuff. It was a good experience for me. Transferred back to Bowling Green State University my sophomore year. Got my education degree from Bowling Green State University in 2016, and then I did not use my education degree at all, and I'm currently working at Keller Logistics Group in Defiance here. I've been there 8.5 years now. Got married in 2018, and I have one son. He's 5 years old, and a dog. So having fun here in Defiance, Ohio.
Nice. Okay. Michael, how about you?
After high school, I really had no idea what I wanted to do. The only thing I had going for me, I was a hard worker, so it was easy, let's sign up for the military. And also these two guys right here, Coach Weaver and Coach Held, along with Coach Beauty, we were all blessed to have those guys as great role models and great leaders. So, like Garrett said, transitioning to the Army, a lot of that stuff was easy. Mental toughness was just preached by those two and Coach Beauty. So, it made that a lot easier and service a lot more fun because that part of it wasn't very hard. Stationed in Fort Hood, Texas, deployed to Afghanistan for 9 months, got out, moved to Miami, Florida. That's why part of the reason why I'm a U fan. Then I moved back to Defiance when I got out because my wife trapped me. She got me back in Defiance. Then you know how that goes. But hey, I'm happily married now. We've got married in 2019. We have 4 kids, almost a basketball team. I got an 11-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. 3 girls are the oldest, and the baby boy, Manny Ramirez, he is the youngest, and obviously he's my favorite. And I recently got my master's from BG. I graduated last month actually, and that was tough. That was rough because I was not. These two will tell you I was not a strong student in high school. I had Coach Held for 3 periods my senior year, and then I had Mr. Sonnenberg, and that was just a sleep class, and he was cool with it, and I was cool with it too. So that was my senior year. But right now I work for Bill Jacks in Archbold, working in supply chain, and yeah, that's kind of what I'm up to right now. I coach my 11-year-old daughter's 12U team, and I have a ton of fun doing that. So that's pretty much what's going on with me.
Hey, you can't say that living in Miami made you a U fan
He was
because I had you as a freshman and you wore something Miami every day and I would
Oh
make
yeah,
fun of
yeah.
you
That just kind of
all the
took
time.
it off. Yeah. Actually, Gabe, when I was probably in middle school, I saw him wearing the U beanie, and that was when the U was they had,
It
what
was
was that,
good.
2000, that had Jonathan Vilma, and when the Buckeyes cheated,
Yeah.
and got that win.
Oh yeah.
Um, but after that game, I didn't see Gabe wear that beanie no more, and I was like, I'm not jumping ship like Gaber, so I stuck with him, and here we go. 20 some years later, they're finally back in the national championship. So we're fingers crossed.
Thank you for your service as well, Manny. And
Yes.
I'm also glad. Thank your wife for trapping you in Defiance. I'm glad you did. That's the case too.
Oh, me too. Me too. I love it here. It's an awesome place to raise a family, and we know everybody, and it's just great.
All right, Kurt. How about you? What have you been up to?
Just working. I graduated high school, went and did sports massage therapy, and graduated doing that. Decided that's not really what I wanted to do, so then I ended up taking some steps out and started doing like construction and stuff like that. So I currently work at Lieber Glass and do commercial installments, residential installments, and I have two kids, beautiful wife, and just living the dream.
Awesome. Awesome.
You know,
So
when
So, go
I think I
ahead.
was more upset when Kurt graduated because his mom would bring me a homemade egg McMuffin for breakfast to school every morning. And once he graduated, I haven't eaten breakfast since. So thanks a lot, Kurt.
You're welcome, Coach.
that's because we had to put you on a diet for the next 4 years after eating 165 of them a year for 4 years.
You're not wrong about that, but dang, those sandwiches were good.
They were.
They were
So
better than McDonald's.
the
You're
four of
still
you
working.
guys.
I thought you were
Oh,
still
go
working
ahead.
for your mom and dad at Kircher's, Bud. So you're not.
Oh,
So you're with
I help
Lieber.
out. I help out there, but I don't. I wanted to go do something else. I always
Yep.
worked there as a punishment, so I wanted to work somewhere else. Yeah,
Good. Lieber Glass, good company. That's a good deal.
yeah,
Good.
I like it there.
Good.
So you guys were 4 of 10 seniors that year. Other seniors on that team: Zach Jimenez, Eric Stapleton, Cody Barrett, Jake Thomas, Ryan Cordray, and Jake Sanchez. It's a shame none of those guys are here to join us tonight. But what was it like being a class of 10 seniors, knowing that, I mean, at most with the DH, only 10 guys were playing?
It made
Whoever would
things.
want to jump in here, go ahead.
I think it's something we experienced it all the way up from, Coach Pitch all the way up to obviously high school. And then with Gabe's dad, Mark, and Will, Maxie's dad, Dave. We've all played together forever. So it was we were all kind of used to, obviously, we're not all going to get to play all the time. And then I know going into our senior year that those winter workouts, I don't think we didn't do very good turning out most of the time, but I'm sure it was a hard decision for Coach Weaves and Coach Held to keep us all around, but I'm glad it worked out, and I think it was better for all of us. But so it was definitely it was a struggle, but we all understood the end goal. So
Yeah, I think it was good for the culture, good for Defiance baseball, just having a deep class like that, especially with guys doing the right things, and the class before us, there was a whole bunch of great leaders there. I actually watched that episode today with A. Hells, Aaron Helen, Noffy, Dace. I saw Happy was on there, and JMO, Dempsey. They all were great role models. They did things the right way, and that was a class that got us over the hump, right? Got us to state, got us to the Final Four, and that was really kind of eye-opening for us. And just I feel like the program as a whole, going down to Columbus, it was such an experience. It was a lot of fun, and just like everything, the upperclassmen, they set the standard, and the only thing you can do is try to at least maintain it, and if not, set that standard even a little higher for the classes to come. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with what these guys are saying. it all started way back like in Little League. We all competed so hard against each other and played summer ball together, all stars and everything like that. And there's a lot of testament to our upbringing and how that helped mold us into who we were in high school. And then to see the class before us, they were a bigger size senior group as well. And they had folks that had to play their role and then didn't always get the starting time as everyone would wish they would have. And so as juniors, you see that and you really don't lose hope in what you're working towards. And that's the ultimate goal is just to win. And then when we're seniors, we've got an excellent group behind us as well as juniors. And so you can't get complacent at any time. Like I remember me and Joe Gentili were battling to play catcher all the time. And everyone else has those positions that you don't want someone behind you to take your spot. And at the end of the day, whoever's playing the best is going to play and you got to be there to root them on because we're all there to win.
Amen,
Anything?
Gamer.
Go ahead. Is there something you want to say, Kurt?
Oh no, I was just agreeing with exactly what Gabe said. He hit it right on the head for me.
Yeah, especially now too. I think it's a little different now with how much travel ball has evolved. Like back in the day, travel ball, like elites only, like Dace Kimes and those type of players would play travel ball, and now you got just if you want to pay, your kid's going to play travel ball, and that's just the way it is. In a way, it's a money grab depending on what program you go to, and I think it's really taken away from like the culture of programs and having the Defiance kids together up and from 9-year-old Little League, Arp Sterry, Holiday Lanes, Baker Schindler, going
Defiance
all the
Clinic.
way up playing with each other through Babe Ruth and Colt League and Acme and Junior Acme, and a lot of kids now just want to shine and get all the shine and play on that travel ball. But I think it did a lot of good for us playing together all the time through those years.
That's, Mikey, that's awesome you said that because this weekend we were down at the National Clinic in Columbus, ABCA, and someone asked me like, what has made Defiance so special, and the continued success. And that was one of the things I said is the youth program. We've stayed together forever. Defiance has always stayed together, and a few years ago we started to lose a few kids to travel, so then the DBA just formed their own travel. So now it's still the Defiance kids, but now they're going to play some travel, and you hit it, man. That's what's made this place so special is you guys played together forever. So when you get to high school, it's just an extension of Babe Ruth, Little League, coach pitch. You're just now all older.
I don't even think not only did we play together, like Mark, Gabe's dad had us, we were doing the same thing, like same throwing program you guys were doing in high school. I mean, so when we got up there, it was just normal. That was practice was practice. That was normal practice for us. Everything was.
I would say, and Coach Hull will probably agree, but I remember you guys coming in as freshmen. You guys were the most ready freshman class of knowing what we do, how to do it. We just went right into practice. We didn't really have to teach anything with you guys because Coach V had done such a great job with you guys.
Yeah. I don't give my dad enough credit, but he really set the stage for us when we were younger. I mean, to do those type of things when you're in Little League, to do a throwing progression out in the outfield when everyone else is picking dandelions and doing whatnot, like that's just next level. And it did really prepare us for high school. And like you said, like we just stepped in and we're able to go.
I know. Let's just hope he doesn't listen to this. We can't know that we say good things about him.
Well, we can tell some stories about him. I can tell you that. But
we got. Go ahead.
Yeah, everything what they said, but Coach V and Coach Maxey not only just helped this group, but they helped obviously the groups in front and behind too, because there was different ages on that group. But they literally, some people will say you don't want dads coaching. Well, that dad helped a lot of kids in our town because he literally took what we gave him and taught a bunch of kids that covered over years. Like he actually started getting the youth kids to do the throwing program, and then it's just kind of carried over for years and years. And a lot of times it's unfair to the head coaches. And so, a lot of head coaches get way too much credit. Some head coaches get way too much blame. And a lot of times we get a lot of credit because the program's been so successful but it's because of the years and years of winning and all the little league coaches and the dads. It's baseball is a family sport. I mean, the dads that are involved and go out and play with them and practice with them. Usually, they're the best players when they get to high school, or they had a friend whose dad did that. In this case, these guys had, and they had dads too. Their dads helped too as well, helped coach too. They just were like the two head coaches with these guys growing up. I think that's one reason there were 10 of them.
Yeah.
I think that's one reason there were 10 of them, because they were tight. Like, if anybody always will say, "Yeah, what was this best group, or was this group or that group?" And I go, I know one thing. I felt 2011 was the tightest group of dudes we ever had. I thought you guys had, like, if you had a problem with a teammate, you took care of it. Whether it's your class, you had their backs, but also you would take care of it and go get them and say, "We don't do that crap." And a really special group, very special group, and 5 military guys.
I think that
5 military guys out of that class.
I think it shows a lot to Coach Held and Coach Weaves. I mean, I'm sure there was a conversation what keeping 10 seniors around was going to do to the program, because that class below us, then the guys that are ready to come up, they might have been ready to go, or there wasn't a spot for them. But if you get rid of some of these seniors that are hanging around, whether they're program guys or guys that you don't think have it, I mean, what's that do to your program as far as holding back the class before them, the class after the class after them, the class after them? I mean, I'm sure it was a big decision. And I mean, obviously,
I will tell you the thought never crossed our mind to cut any of you guys.
No.
And I think that would be one of the biggest culture ruiners, is to let one of you guys go. And we knew how tight you were, and everything you guys had done for the program up until then. There's no chance that we would have cut any of you.
Yeah, if you stay and you make it through, you get to your junior year. If you stay, you're on. I mean, unless you cut yourself and do something really stupid, you know what I mean, or you don't decide to go out. But no way, you guys paid the price, and you guys were all winner workout guys.
Yeah.
Class was winner. There weren't many winter sport guys.
no.
Right? Because RC wasn't, Cody wasn't.
None of us could hoop.
Stapes was the only guy. And who else? Who was their 10th? RC, Cody,
Jake
Zach,
Sanchez.
and Jake. Yeah, so 9 of you 10 in the winter workouts was very, very rare. Very
Well,
rare.
Gabe had been coming to winter workouts since he was in 4th grade.
Well, Gabe, yeah.
I mean,
Well, Nick came younger. Nick was like 3rd grade, I think.
I was going to bring it up at the end, but since we're talking about it, like, the grit that was established with winter workouts. And when did we stop going to the junior high to do winter workouts? Was that before we came into high school?
But we still went there for, like, if there was
we go there for practice.
Okay. But I remember I watched was it Kane and Andrew Sanchez's episode, the first one, 2007. Yeah. I remember being at those winter workouts, and those guys were doing leg lifts with medicine balls on their legs. And I was like, what is going on right now? Like, I forget what grade I was in at that time, but I was just like, this is intense. And then another memory that I have for winter workouts is running out on the track, and you had to get your mile in under 6 or 7 minutes. And I was like in junior high, and I wore a big old windbreaker, and I was nowhere near being done. Everybody was inside in the stadium, and I was outside trying to finish, and I had no part of it because I wasn't even in high school yet. But winter workouts are definitely a game changer. Like, those are differentiators amongst programs. Like, we did it right for sure.
I'll tell you what.
And you got to see 2 of the greatest winter workout leaders ever, J-Mo and Zach Dempsey. Like, those 2 guys.
Yeah.
Like, they were your whole – nobody worked harder than those 2 guys. Like,
yeah, they got after it.
They compete against each other every single day. Who could do the most push-ups? Who could do the most ab work? I mean, they were incredible. So
I'll tell you what, like, just going back to what Michael said, join the military, going to, like, basic – between Coach Beauty – 2-a-days or STPs, and then the winter workouts, basic training, I've not enjoyed. It was easy. It was not hard, because you with a bunch of kids that are guys that they probably never pushed themselves in sports, and the ones that did, you could tell. But you guys, it's just a different level. It was the mental aspect was easy. It was an easy thing to do. And
that's a great compliment. That's a great compliment.
I credit everything you guys and Coach Beauty. Both those programs, it made it simple.
Yeah, between our morning lifts with Coach Beauty and then our winter workouts with you guys, I'll tell you what, I remember specifically, there was a point where I felt like P90X Tony Horton himself. Like, I was just like, I'm not getting tired. I am not getting tired. Let's keep going at this. And then we started doing yoga, and that changed the game.
I remember.
Changed the game. That athletically, like I just felt very, very strong.
Michael, I remember drill sergeants getting mad, like that.
Yeah.
That we weren't tired. Like that I wasn't tired. Like,
And actually, I had in basic training, I had gotten the highest PT score of our whole brigade.
So did
Out
I.
of 300 people, and I actually ended up getting promoted. So you guys got me some money there. Appreciate it.
Let's go. We can help pay some back.
One question before we jump into that. What do you guys do now instead of 220s, 2 and 220s? Like
Every class says the same thing. There's no hallway laps. These guys have no clue. I mean, we run the field. We do full field laps. And it just doesn't seem to have the same effect as a 2 and 220 in the hall. There's nothing more mentally challenging than a 2 and 220 or a 3 and 330.
Gosh, I'm sweating thinking about it.
I think the hallway was
everybody made it. Let's do another one.
the whole aspect.
So mean.
You couldn't see you guys. So I think that's like you have no idea like where you're at. So like the whole time part of it, you couldn't really see what was going on because obviously you're running through the halls. So
yeah, you couldn't slack too because if he just turned the corner, you could see down the whole hallway.
And you see the corner.
Oh yeah, you got to cut the corner quick.
I guarantee
one of you snuck in the bathroom because every other group's had a guy sneak. Every other group's had a guy snuck in the bathroom. So I'm sure you guys all pulled one of those.
Oh yeah, we can tell you our tricks, our secrets now. We can tell them now.
Yeah, the secret was running a mile under 5 minutes. Then you didn't have to do their hallway.
They never had to do it again.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
Didn't Cody Barrett get that when he was a senior, or was he close to it? I know he was
so.
Close.
He could run. Cody could run.
And then Snoop, I think, was another one that
there
got
were only
close.
there were only a couple guys that ever got it.
Joe Keeler did it, I think.
Eric Hoover got it, and Shea Smitty got it. But then he played basketball, so he only had to run like. But then they won the state championship, so he was only there 3 days anyway. So
wow.
Yeah. I think he actually did it in the winter, didn't he? Didn't he just come in? He was in basketball and just said, "I can 4 laps in 5 minutes."
I don't remember when he did it, but I know he did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Well, I got to ask you guys, because you guys are talking about coaching. I don't know how many of you still look at the Crescent News, but they just ran a survey or a poll kind of thing where they ranked the top 25 coaches of the last 25 years across any sport in their reading area. And one guy on this podcast tonight finished number 1. I'll let you guys figure it out.
I'll give you a hint. It wasn't me.
Attaboy, Coach.
I was going to say, well, first off,
it was
Rick,
yes. Yeah.
It's 2 guys because we were both together the whole time, and every decision was equal. So, but that's a tribute to the program, and it's a great program. Thanks, but program and great players and great kids, and like I said, sometimes when you're a successful program, head coaches get too much credit. But it's a big old family in Defiance. It goes all the way down. So we can't ever thank all the guys from below and obviously Coach Weaver all the years and that. So, but it's been a fun run. It's been an absolute fun run, I tell you that.
Yep.
Well deserved.
What they always say, no one's bigger than the program unless you throw 90.
Yeah, your 90 guy's not here. Jake Sanchez.
He's not. Hey, actually. I wonder if his dad
running marathons now.
Tweaked the radar gun during that because I don't know about that one, but hey, I'm not hating. He got it. He's on the list. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm just messing with him.
I remember him warming up in the bullpen. I knew he was throwing hard, and then he got out there when he hit it first time. We all looked at each other like, "There's no way. That's not right." And then he hit it like 3 more times. We're like, oh, I guess so.
Oh, don't lie.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was crazy.
You guys ready to jump into some games here and see what you don't remember?
Yeah.
All right. Now we were talking a little bit beforehand about this class and this season in particular that Tom made a comment somewhere along the line that it was one of the coldest springs that he could remember. You guys played your first 4 league games at home probably because of how the weather was that year. But April 5th, you guys opened the season. You guys there was 41 games in a row heading into the season in the league. April 5th versus Elida, you guys won 8-0. So you had four pitchers that day. Anthony Kidston got the win. He went 4 innings, no runs, no hits, 4 walks, 10 Ks. Jake Sanchez came in for an inning, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Robbie threw an inning, Rob Ziegler, 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 1 walk, 3 Ks. And then Cody Barrett also threw an inning, 1 inning, 0 runs, 0 hits, 2 walks, 0 Ks, combined no hitter, 15 strikeouts. You guys finished with 12 hits. You scored 4 in the third and 4 in the fourth to win 8-0 against an Elida team that had battled you guys over the years, obviously, to go to 1-0. Kurt Belau, 2 for 4, double, 3 RBIs, all in the fourth inning. Mikey Ramirez, 2 for 4, double. Gabe, 1 for 3, home run, 2 RBIs. And Ryan Cordray, 1 for 2 with a double and 2 runs. You guys have any recollection about opening the season with a win at home against Elida?
Tim, I don't even remember my kids' names half the time. I had to look at those. I had to look at those snippets Coach Held sent over.
Just call them Kamir.
I actually just blend their names together, and someone says what, and that's who I'm talking to. No, but I'll tell you what. Thank goodness for Anthony Kidston. I was looking back at some of those box scores and the stats, and him coming over from North Central, he really had immediate impact as a sophomore. He came over as a sophomore, didn't he?
Yep.
And then he played a huge role for us as a junior. Obviously, our pitching rotation wasn't as deep as we were when we were juniors. They had Dace, RC, Hammer, Stapes,
Stapes
Kurt.
got hurt. Yeah, Stapes missed his whole senior year because he had surgery and he'd won like 8 games as a junior. You guys came in, behind we had Kurt had experience and RC had experience. Actually, AK hardly pitched any his sophomore year because he had the back brace. He had those back problems his sophomore year. So,
oh yeah, I remember that.
So there were a lot of question marks on the mound, without a doubt.
Big Vaughn got some run last week with he had some.
Yes, he did.
Curdy, you had some good performances as a junior. Big one we kept talking about was when you came in against Walpock your junior year, and we were down, I think 8-1. They knocked Dace out, and you came in. I think you shut him out for 4 innings, and we came back and won.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And then Bonnie, you could always swing it too. You could always swing it.
I have my moments.
Vaughn was really good at mixing it up, really keeping hitters off balance, and didn't have obviously the overpower fastball, but he could really mix it up, and I think he really understood pitching. So I think that was his superpower.
And since Bonnie didn't throw 90, he wasn't bigger than the program.
It's about Bonnie catch him. You call him your whole career. So what would you say? What would you say?
Kurt's 12-6 curveball was the hardest pitch to hit if you're opposing batter, but I knew exactly what I was going to do every single time. Me and Kurt were on the same page every single breaking ball. I knew if it was going to be in the dirt. I knew if it was going to be right in the low strike zone, if it was going to be high. Like, we were on the same wavelength every single pitch.
But
Gabe,
I don't remember anything about this game.
You had a 2-run homer. I don't
remember anything about this game. I think this was the first article that I pulled up when Coach Held sent him over, and then I was like, "Oh, we had a combined no-no." And there's 4 of them?
Four guy no-no.
Guys.
That's never been done before at Defiance. I don't know. I've never known that.
I saw there was.
I wouldn't have remembered that.
There was a call out. I think J-Boy and RC had a good defensive play that kind of saved it.
Yep.
Double play.
Early.
J-Boy got some run last week too on his defensive plays.
Yeah.
Smooth hands, quick hands. J-Boy was sweet.
And they said he had a double as a sophomore.
J-Boy?
Remember?
Yeah. That's what we said. I think
Timmy
messed that article up.
That was not J-Boy that hit a
Yeah.
double.
I'm sure it was my fault for sure. Yeah.
J Boy loves the 2011 group, man. He loves the 2011 group.
Jay was awesome,
We should
man.
have brought him on this week instead of next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
he
really.
That's
loves.
funny.
He
That's funny.
That's his
he was
boys,
definitely
man.
part of us.
Yep.
And I still talk to him all the time. Jay Boy's the man.
He is.
All right, guys, moving on to game number 2. It was a week later at home against Salina. You guys won 4-3. Salina jumped out with 1 in the first. Defiance came back 2 in the bottom of that inning. Defiance scored 2, or had 2 runners out at home in the bottom of the first. And the third
We
out
did?
was at third base in that game. You guys scored 2 in the bottom of the first, but had 2 runners out thrown out at home, and the third out was at third base in that
Who
first
the
inning
hell's
for what I
coaching
was
third
third
reading.
base that game? My God.
Let's get someone else in there.
Are we kidding right now?
I had to put that note in there because I knew you guys would love that. Salina tied it in the top of the
I
third.
guarantee I
Go
threw
ahead.
my note card at him in that game.
I have to. I gotta read my quote, and I gotta read Coach Braun's quote about this game. I started laughing so hard, and so I go, "Here's my quote that you put in." Asked like winning 43 in a row or whatever it was. I don't know.
It was the 43rd
here's
in a row.
Here's
Yep.
my response. It's a lot of luck. A lot of luck. looking back, there's been at least 15 games we could have lost, and we've just gotten some breaks. Not taking away anything from all the kids who have played and been part of this. They play great baseball, but there's too many good teams to win that many in a row. All right, now here's the funny part. Here's where Coach Braun says. So you say something to Coach Braun, admitted that he's impressed with Defiance's streak. I'd just like to win one WBL game. Who saw his team fall to 0-3 in the league. Right now, we're struggling league-wise, and it's not going to get easier. I'd love to put together a couple of WBL wins in a row, let alone 43. That's just unbelievable that anyone could win that many league games in a row. You've got to take your hat off to them because they've got a great program here. But, I mean, that's kind of how sports is, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's so hard to win one of anything, let alone what that's going. But I just thought that was kind of funny.
We were trying to give it to him, Coach Held. You almost got to give it to him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was tied in the top of the third, and then you guys went up 3-2 in the bottom of the fifth on a Ryan Cordray homer. Went up 4-2 in the bottom of the sixth. Austin Hancock double, and then it looks like Kurt, you had a single. Hancock to third, and then scored on Cody Barrett's fielder's choice. And Salina scored one in the top of the seventh, threatened, but I think Anthony closed the door. He closed the door on that. So he was a winning pitcher. He went 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 12 Ks. Man, he had that nasty change. Ryan Cordray, 2 for 3, 2 runs, home run. Kurt, 2 for 3. Austin Hancock and Robbie Ziegler each had a double in that win.
Nice.
Any thoughts on this one, guys?
I was going to say,
he was such a big he was such a big role for us. He played such a big role for us that year, and his energy, it was just being that young guy and just trying to fit in and just living way above his expectations. And he was the man. He played a huge role for us.
I remember he always wanted approval. Like,
yeah,
doing it right, we're doing it right. Like, yeah, dude, keep doing what you're doing, man.
You're 2 for 2, man. What do you want to do? There's nothing else you can do. Yeah, he was a beast. He was a stud.
So we gave up 7 runs in the WBL this year, and 3 of them were to Salina, huh?
3 of them are to Salina, who were 0-3 in the league after that loss.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's baseball to a T right there.
Where did they finish off that year?
Salina?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look that up. They were at this point. They were 6-5. They were 6-4 coming into this game. They just happened to be. That was their third loss, so they may have played Walpock. Walpock always plays the team we play after, so they probably had Walpock next. But I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember them being decent in high school?
Who, Salina or Walpock?
Well, I know. Yeah, Walpock. You probably remember them being decent. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
No, I don't really.
I don't.
So in our junior year with
Yeah.
Waterman,
Well, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Waterman had
he was a
a great
stud.
3 years against us. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All
But I
right,
think what
guys.
makes that
Go ahead,
run,
Mike.
so much more impressive, and obviously for WBL games, you're going to get the ace, whether who you play, but even non-WBL games, when you played Defiance, we were getting the ace every single time. Like, they wanted to have a win on their record coming, and then that being one of the games from Defiance. So I think, that with all of our records being, 22-3, 26-2, that I think that's just impressive because we got the aces pretty much all the time. And that didn't mean nothing to us. We were ready for it. We expected that, and we still expected to win. And a lot of times, I think the other team expected us to win too. And I think
Yeah.
Nafi alluded to that a little bit. The last podcast, and that's just what it was. After 3 or 4 years of doing it, once we're, I think we got to like Babe Ruth. We played the same teams probably for like 3 or 4 years now, and they already knew what it was. Like, all right, it's Defiance. We're going to throw our ace. We're going to give it our best shot. We're probably going to lose, but that's okay. But even if they're winning, say, 5-3 or 5-2 in the sixth or seventh, we never panicked. We just played our game, trusted each other. It goes back to that culture, and we always found a way, or not always, but more often than not, we found a way to get the W.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Moving on to game 3, April 15th at home against Ottawa Glandorf. Defiance won 10-0. Winning pitcher Kurt Bielau, 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 10 Ks. Defiance
Hey.
scored 1 in the first. Yep. 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth to close it out. Kurt with a 2-run homer in the bottom of the fifth to end it. So winning pitcher and closed it out in the fifth with a 2-run shot. Jake Thomas, 1 for 1 with a double. Joe Gentili, 2 for 3 double. Kurt, 1 for 3 home run, 2 runs, 2 ribbies. Austin Hancock, 2 for 2, 2 runs. You guys remember anything about beating up on OG that year?
You missed my stat. I had a home run.
Did I miss it? Did I really?
That's one of the memories I had.
Yes, it does. It's on there.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I
was,
apologize, Gabe. My
No,
bad.
you're good. I remember that home run because it was windy that day, and I hit it to right field, and the right fielder just kept backpedaling, and he almost backed into the wall. The wind just took the ball out, and that was like one of my 3 home runs that hit that year that I remember. It just got carried out by the wind.
I'm impressed you hit 3 homers.
We hit 18. You guys hit 18 as a team that year.
I was about to say we hit a lot of home runs.
Big Vaughn had 4. Gabe had 3.
AK had 7, 6.
AK had 6, and then
Was that back when they could still use draft
Manny
pads?
and Shea had 1. RC had a couple.
Wow.
Yeah, there was no BB core then.
We had better bats then too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, sorry about that, Gabe. That's my bad. I did not write that down. Yeah.
Timmy, you're going to get getting an email from Mark and Heather.
Yeah.
You left poor Gaber out.
I'll probably stop up at the bank and ask what I'm doing, right?
And Gabe's going to cancel his Crescent News subscription now.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not there anymore.
Oh, there.
But it's all good. But yeah, that's funny. That's good stuff. All right, guys, moving on to game 4, April 21st at home. Like I said, first 4 games at home against St. Mary's. You guys won 8-0. Winning pitcher, Anthony Kidston, 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 12 Ks. Jake Sanchez came in for an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks, combined 1 hitter. Scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, and 1 in the fifth. I've got Ryan Cordray, 1 for 3 with a double. Garrett Wood, 1 for 1 with the double. Jake Thomas, 2 for 4. AK, 1 for 3 with the double. And I've got Gabe in this game. I've got you 1 for 3 with a home run and 3 ribbies and 2 runs. I didn't mess that up, did I? Is that right?
Baker says Gabe had a double, a home run, and 3 RBI, so he had 2 hits.
See, look at that. I keep messing you up, Gabe. I don't know what it is. I'm looking at the box scores. Tom said,
yeah, but you wrote the article, though.
There you go.
Maybe
Maybe
Mark got
I need to come
maybe
back.
Mark
Yeah.
got mad at the last game. Let you know, hey, give Gabe an extra hit on that one if you left him
There,
out
yeah,
last game.
yeah, yeah. It was probably a strikeout, but I gave you a double and a home run and 3 RBIs.
Luckily, Gabe has a scrapbook in front of him. Eliminate any mistakes you make.
I thought it was funny. I don't remember this, but the quote is, I said, before I went up there, Coach Hill told me to put the game away. We were up 4-0 at the time, and I just wanted to try and bring those runs home any way I could. When I hit it, it felt good, but I was running hard. When I looked up and saw the center fielder put his hands up, I knew that it was out. And then Coach Held said, I like Gabe's shot was he turned on the ball. He had been struggling to get his hands around, and that was the rope. I don't remember that, but I knew I struggled my senior year to hit, but
Well, we were just talking about the game before you
until
had a
he
home
got
run.
to the River Bandits, then you absolutely mashed that summer.
If you
you?
struggled, it must have been later because these first few games you've been on fire.
D1 catcher right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Garrett, you had a double in this one.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about this one?
I think it was Oppo, right? I think it was right field off the wall. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Didn't quite have the juice, huh? G Wood.
Hit.
Didn't quite have the juice to put it in Coletta's backyard.
That's because he had been going to winter workouts since he was fourth grade.
Yeah, he skipped a few yoga sessions.
I think I fouled one right field off the wall, and then the next one I straightened it out just a little bit off the wall again.
Coletta's backyard.
Nice.
Very nice. So at this point, you guys have run the streak to 45 games, which I mean as we go on and on, it just seems crazier and crazier. All right, so it's more than a week later. You guys played at Van Wert, who you never lose to, right, Rick?
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, you guys won 6-1 this
I told
game.
Tom this weekend. I said I'm going to be nervous as hell the week we play them this year.
Yeah, they're not watching that, right? They don't know.
We're gonna put boxing gloves on him before that game,
though. Hey, don't you got the cradle ones?
Yeah.
I thought that's why you guys made them for you, Coach.
I got a pair coming for you, Manny.
Some good stuff. AK went the 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 12 Ks. Jake came in 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, 3 Ks. Defiance scored 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 3 in the fifth. I got Jake Thomas 1 for 4 with a led off the game with a home run. Joe Gentili 3 for 4, doubled 2 runs. Kurt Bila 1 for 4, home run, 2 ribbies. Austin Hancock 3 for 4. Sounds like Austin was lighting it up like you guys were saying, and Kurt showing the power in that game.
Tell you what, Acock and Joe Gentili, I do remember they really came on towards the middle of the year, and just their bats were working. They were working. And Joe Gentili would have been a sophomore, so those are 2 young bucks really stepping up for us when we needed them in WBL games. So they were really big for us.
No,
Kurt,
Joe
you have
would have
any
been
recollections?
When Joe Junior. Yeah, Joe was
a junior.
Acock was a freshman.
Freshman? Sophomore.
Yeah.
Freshman.
No, freshman. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, freshman.
Yeah, he was a freshman.
Holy
Yeah.
He was better than his brother Justin.
Well, Gabe was talking about the competition behind the plate, how him and Joe, the summer before, not the summer, 2 summers before, Happy, Gabe, and Joe all battled. Then they kept rotating. Do you remember that, Vaughn? Man,
yes.
They were like the 3 guys. They were even.
They were going at it.
Oh, they were battling, man. And then I know Happy made the comment he didn't win the job coming out of the summer. Did you win the job coming out of the summer your junior year, Gabe?
I don't think so. I think Happy did. Happy had to have, but
he said he won it during the scrimmages. Like he said that he did not catch in the Acme at the end. But I just know that was 3 really good catchers battling, and that made those guys better.
Me and Dakota were being pouty asses about it, and that's
Joe might have been catching that summer then.
Yeah, Joe was catching majority of the games because me and Happy, I didn't think we were hitting very well, and then we weren't playing, and then we were like, "This is dumb." And then I think Happy's back came alive towards the end, and he got back in it. But
Yeah, but it was so go ahead.
Yeah, Kurt, were you going to say something about that? It seemed like you wanted to jump in there.
Oh, I was just gonna just talk about how how bad they were battling, all three of them for that spot. It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Especially Gaber, my number one catcher, battling against Dakota, the upperclassman. It was cool to see Gabe, put on for our class and be there.
Yeah, it really elevated all three of them. So it was good
They
competition
did.
for the group.
Yep, it was.
So here, game 6 is the one that the closest game of the year. You guys were at Shawnee on April 29th. Defiance won 1-0 on Anthony Kidston's home run to right center field in the top of the 7th. Shawnee down 1-2-3 in the bottom of that frame. You guys won 1-0. Shawnee left runners on base in the first, second, and sixth. Had a runner at second in the second and the third, and a runner on third in the sixth. Finished. I think Kidston had two of Defiance's 3 hits. Defiance 3 hits. AK had 2 of them. Shawnee had 2 hits. AK went. Kurt, you started that game. Went 5 1/3. You gave up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. AK came in and pitched 1 2/3, no runs, no hits, no walks, 2 Ks. And the losing pitcher was a guy by the name of Dustin Reneals. 7 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, no walks, 5 Ks. What do you guys remember about this one? Obviously, a very, very, very close game.
Feel like I do remember this game a little bit, and I honestly thank goodness for Anthony Kidston that game. Obviously, Kurt threw 5 great innings, but I mean, he AK's back problems might have came back shortly after that because he was putting us on his back for a while, for a few games. And no kidding, man, he was doing it on both ends, and his bat was just when he would hit some of these balls, they would just be ropes in the gaps, and then he would come out there, and then that nasty changeup, and it's just overwhelming for other teams, when you have players like that, and because especially you got to pitch to them, and if you don't pitch to him, well, you got RC right after that, and then you got Acock or somebody else right after that. So it's tough. You gotta pick and choose your battles, and usually pitching to us, we had a whole bunch of studs on the team. So you're gonna have to just pitch. Get out who you can.
Mike, do you remember this? You had a double play, a diving catch, and then you threw it to first base for a
I do not.
9-3 double play.
I do
Game
not.
changer. It saved the game. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That's what it said in the article too. Yeah. You should remember that one.
I should remember my kids' names too, Coach Hell, but I don't. So.
Was that playing first? Was that playing first at the time?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
Till the
Wow.
6. You shut him down to the 6.
No, yeah, you were pitching still.
I probably
Okay.
lollygagged to the ball just so I could dive and make it dramatic.
That's what we used to work on in my classroom, right, Manny?
Yeah, you got to get that certain speed, so you that dive speed. Just get a late jump on it so you can dive to it and
Make it look good.
make it look good.
None of this camp under it stuff.
Nah,
Make
that's
it look
boring.
good.
That's boring.
Absolutely. I'm all in on that.
So you guys worked on that in between watching basketball in
Yes.
Coach Wee's room? Yeah.
I mean, look, Coach Held used to say, what the heck are you guys outfielders doing? But you read all these articles, our outfielders making plays like crazy.
Facts.
Stay in your lane, Coach
Facts.
Held. Stay in your lane.
Quit worrying about what us outfielders are doing. We'll save your ass again.
Yeah. Before we move on, anybody else have anything to say about this one?
I would love to hear like quotes from opposing coaches that played us. We had to be annoying to play. Just the
All
stuff.
right, Tom. Yeah, Tom's hopping in here. What do you got, Tom?
Well, this one, the Shawnee one was, Coach Spencer, we had a great relationship. So just respect both ways. Nothing really funny. Coach Bronze was funny. I just thought that was funny. But he goes, we're just trying to win 1 or 2. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not making fun of him, but I can relate what he's saying. Coach Spencer just said that we've had so many battles and both teams played great. And they said I guess they tried to steal home. Tried to steal home and bunt our way into situations where a timely hit could have happened, and they lost 2 runners at the plate trying to steal home and out a squeeze. I don't really remember that. But.
I don't even.
Wow, that's some fun stuff. Wow.
Here, let me give you a Vonnie quote though. So here's Vonnie's quote after pitching a great game. My mindset was just to go out there and take it one pitch at a time, which is easy when I know I've got a great defense that's got my back. My curveball was really working well for me today, and I was able to hit my spots, which also helped. I knew it was only a matter of time before we scored. There he is,
Right.
the big man.
Trusting the squad.
There you go.
I mean, it's tough games like this and Defiance history. I mean, to go the long haul pitching and have an 0-0 battle that long takes a lot of mentality not to get out of the game and get distracted. And that's a lot of work just to be on the mound for that long, let alone be in it mentally and to fight all the way through and to know, like Kurt said, that I got a defense, I got an offense I know will get a run here or there. You just got to keep battling. And that's a tough position to be in.
Well, it sounds like defensively you guys got it done that day.
I would say I agree with Gabe saying there, but it's a lot easier to pitch in those than to be the position guys in those because you may go an hour and 15 minutes and have a ball hit to you. So you got to be ready, you got to sit there and wait. Okay, when's this ball going to be hit to me? So that's tough.
I always
like
pitching in those situations versus being a position guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Not like 3-way where you got balls hit to you every inning.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys, moving on. Win number 7, May 4th, at home against Kenton. You guys won 4-1. You guys scored 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth, and then Kenton scored their 1 in the 7th. Winning pitcher, Kurt Belau, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, no walks, 8 Ks. Ryan Cordray 1 for 3 with the double. Kurt 2 for 3 with the double. I think you guys, I wrote down only 4 hits. You only gave up 3, so you guys only had 4, but you guys won 4-1. 48 straight after that one. Any recollection about beating Kenton, who you obviously never lose to as well?
It was probably payback for them putting 60 on us in football that fall.
That was the Kenton heyday of football. That's for sure.
That was Matty Mock days. So hey, it's okay if they put 60. It's Matty Mock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we held them for football. Not to get into football, but I think we held for being.
We did good.
Being as bad as we were, I think we held them low in the league.
Yeah, but they still put it
It
on.
was bad.
That game was. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I was gonna say I just remember Matty when he was in 8th grade, and his brother was the quarterback. I was at Kenton, and he was standing at the 50, and he just looked like he just flicked his wrist, and he threw the ball out the back of the end zone. Then he strutted down there, picked the ball up, standing at the back of the end zone, flicked his wrist, and then it hit the 50. So he just threw it 60 yards like he wasn't even trying in 8th grade. I just remember, this kid's going to be a problem.
And he was. He was
Yes,
a
he
problem.
was.
Yeah. Yeah. What were you going to say, Gabe?
Talking about the defense having a bunch of pressure on him when the pitcher's doing well. Ryan Cordray had a double play there in the top of the 7th. It says,
yes,
6-3 double play. And if that ball, Coach Held said, if that ball's hit a foot either way, it's a 4-1 game, and they have runners at first and third with no outs still. Instead, we get the double play and kill their momentum. So that's just another testament. Like, everyone's on their toes. Ryan was a great infielder. I mean, he made some plays.
Ryan was so good.
He might be one of the best natural athletes I've seen play. He was good at everything he played.
Between him and J-Boy, we had so much confidence in those guys because they had played a lot the year prior, and then Aycock coming in, he was just a ball of energy and just scooping up everything he could. Just am I doing this? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this? Like you said earlier, and our middle infield was just nasty. It was nasty.
I remember Kurt's control being pretty much immaculate all year. He could paint anywhere he wanted to.
Yeah.
He was a
Yeah,
strike
Kurt-
thrower for sure.
Bonnie only had 17 walks the entire season.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
8-0 with a 0.87 ERA on the season.
Jeez.
Big Bon.
I think
That's a
he
good
may
year.
have had 17 walks all year, but I think he had 9 in our scrimmage at Vandalia Butler.
It's cold.
What
was
were we
like
doing the night
22
before?
degrees.
What were we doing the night before in the hotel room, Bonnie? Night sleep that night or what?
Hey, we can't tell him that yet. Not on this. We'll take that offline, Bond. We'll take that offline.
That's post podcast hours.
Yeah. We'll meet him at Frickers. We'll talk to him at Frickers about it.
Oh, that's some good stuff. Well, like Tom was saying, you guys only gave up 7 runs in the league. I mean, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
In
They
9
outscored-
games.
Yeah, they outscored their opponents in league. What is this? This is 64-7. Yeah,
That's
64-7.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay, guys. So May 7th, you guys go on the road. You guys are 7-0 in the league, and I believe Wapak came in 6-1. And you guys went there and you beat them 11-1 in 6 innings. It was, like I said, Wapak's second WBL loss. You guys scored 2 in the first, 6 in the third. So you had 2 guys in that inning hit by a pitch, scored on a walk. Ryan Cordray had a 2 RBI single in that inning. Then you guys scored 3 in the 6th. Shea Murray home run was the big blow there. Winning pitcher Anthony Kidston, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 13 Ks. Shea Murray, 2 for 3, home run, 2 runs, 2 RBI. AK 2 for 4, triple 2 runs. Joe Gentili 1 for 3 with 2 runs. And you guys are 8-0, and it looks like cruising again. 11-1 over Wapakoneta, which I don't remember that game, but I would have been shocked
I
if
do.
they said you beat 11-1.
I do remember that game. And I'm about 99% sure Manny caught the last out. And I remember it because, it clinched with beating them, it clinched the league for us. And that was about as excited as I've ever seen Coach Held on a regular season win of winning the league. And for whatever reason, I don't know, but he was more excited of clinching that day than I'd seen him in many, many years. He probably doesn't remember
probably
that,
just
so
proud
either.
of these guys, man, because the year before a lot of the big names went on, and these guys kind of came in, bunch of no names, and just freaking kept doing what everybody does. A group I've always been just really proud of this because of their team camaraderie, man. They loved each other. They loved each other. Like I said, they get on each other, yell at each other. They always had each other's back. Just a special group. So here's what I'll tell you what. I think this is why I don't know if I was that. I trust Coach Wees, but this group was happy. I think of what Vaughn said after the game. Vaughn said, when we were freshmen, Walpock put it on us over here. So to win here and win the WBL title feels great. We knew we had a big opportunity today. We came out focused and ready to play. It was good to beat a good team and clinch the title against Walpock. So as freshmen, they must have waxed us, I guess, as freshmen.
Oh my gosh, that one was bad.
When you talk about our team being a good group, we were misfits freshman year.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you were definitely misfits. But you loved baseball. You guys loved baseball, and you loved hanging out together.
I remember getting in a fight on the bus with Cody Barrett on the way to the Walpock game or afterwards. I think it was on the way there.
It was on the way there.
And then we got run ruled by Walpock, and Jake Sanchez hit the batter to walk the winning run in, and we got run ruled by Walpock our freshman year. And Evan George got in trouble for drawing stuff in the sand by Coach Cooper. It was just a bad day.
I'll tell you why. There was one of the buddies, we'll leave his name off of this, but he was having a big old party that night. And that's what we were focused on. I'm not even joking with you. He was having a big old party that night, and that's what we were focused on. And we know we're Defiance baseball. We think we're going to roll in there. We'll play 5 innings. We'll put it on them, and we're going to go have fun at that party. And then nope, next thing you know, Jake Sanchez beans someone, and then we're getting yelled at, and it was probably one of our worst losses ever as a group. But it's a good story, though. It's a good story.
Yeah. I just think it was cool because you remembered it as freshmen. Like, you know what I mean? Like a
Yeah.
freshman game. I thought that was kind of cool that you remember losing to them as freshmen and got a chance back at them as seniors and won. So
We were very immature as freshmen. We did a lot of bonehead stuff, but
oh boy.
What?
it was funny. It was a fun year. Got on Coach
Yeah.
Coop. Had his hands full.
What was the date? What was the date on that Wapak game? Was that the game before prom?
It was May 7th.
Yeah, so
It'd
probably.
be probably close.
So is that the year we went to Ann Arbor? We almost got arrested in the big house.
No, that was like I
That
think
before?
I think it was 2010. Yeah, I think it was 2010, 09 or 10.
Oh.
We went to Ann Arbor.
I think it was my senior year because when we got back is when I found out my cousin had passed away. I remember it vividly. I'm pretty sure we went up to the big house that weekend and to watch Dragoon pitch, and you told us the big house was open. You just walk in.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that.
And we all walked in. We got in trouble.
I did. I told you it was open. I said, go ahead and go. And then
Yeah.
you guys got in trouble. They both didn't let you come back to the baseball game.
Yeah,
I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, I did tell you to go ahead and go.
Okay, guys. So moving on to a 9-0 season, the 50th straight Western Buckeye League win, May 12th at Bath. You guys beat them 12-1 in 5 innings. You guys finished with 11 hits. You scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, broke it open in the fourth with 3 runs, finished it off with 3 in the fifth. Winning pitcher, Kurt Bielau, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Ryan Cordray, 1 for 3, 2 runs. AK, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, including a grand slam in the fourth. 2-run shot in the first. 7 RBI. Joe Gentili, 2 for 3, and Michael Ramirez, 2 for 2 with 2 runs. You guys, you remember finishing off the go ahead.
Big Von hit a home run that game.
Did I miss him?
According to the paper, it's got Big
No
Von
kidding.
with a home run.
Look at me. I'm not getting it all.
He's struggling
Tim.
today.
Sorry,
Come on,
Tim.
Tim.
Man, my notes are terrible. I need to go back to work at the paper, apparently.
Did AK throw the seventh of that game? Did he throw the 7th inning?
But you guys won it in 5.
Okay, did he throw the
Kurt,
fifth? Was that
Kurt went all 5.
Yeah,
It says 5 innings, 4 hits.
I don't know if we can trust Tim's notes. We better have to check
Yeah,
that
maybe.
one out.
Yeah. What does the paper say, Tom? I was using the notes that you sent me from the game by game, play by play.
I would trust your paper more than the play by play, brother.
Yeah, maybe I need to start comparing them.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I remember about that game is towards the middle of the season, I was struggling with the bat, and then I just started bunting for a hit, and it was working. And Coach Held just said, keep doing it. So I just kept bunting, and it was working. It was working. But yeah, obviously we didn't really need those bunts. We run ruled them, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
what worked for me that game.
You probably don't remember this, Manny, but you hit 412 in league your senior year.
Really? Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
In league games, you were 412.
I mean, did you guys have any recollection about just, ho hum, we went 9-0 again, this is what we do? Or, I mean, that's 50 straight games. I remember after talking to the home team, because, you guys always had to run your polls and count down, and I could talk to the other coach and 3 other players before you guys ever got done. I was waiting for Tom by the fence. And then I look over at Tom, I was like, can you believe 50 in a row? He goes, hell no, are you kidding me? He goes, 50. He goes, that's a stupid number. I remember that just like it was yesterday. I was
It
like,
is. It's like
Yeah.
it is. It's like that's unheard of. Like
Yeah.
it's hard enough to win one. It really
Yeah.
is. Every
Yeah.
game is like tough.
Yeah, that was
The
just
score is never really tells the true story. Like we never went into games like the games were like tougher than they looked like the score. A lot of times a 12-0 game was 3-0 until the 5th. And we got 6 or something where it wasn't like we were just that much better than everybody. These guys knew they could They knew they could win, and they'd always figure it out and found ways to win close ones, found ways to finish and put people away. It was great. It's always a fun ride when you get dudes like this. I do. They don't know this. Like, hit the last game, and I'll tell one story they have no idea about. Or did we hit them all? We got them all.
That was all the WBL games. We have one more game to talk about.
We hit the Bath game. Tell the story before we hit the tournament.
Yep. Bath was the 9th game. Yep.
Do you guys remember playing Eastwood? Probably don't.
Got it in my scrapbook.
You faced a big leaguer, still in the big leagues. Name's Nick Vespi. You beat him 3-2.
Wow.
Yeah, he scored. Yeah, I think he was only like a sophomore that year. But you guys beat a big leaguer. He's still, like I said, he's still in. If you Google him, I think he's still in the big leagues. He moved to Florida, like after his sophomore year at Eastwood, and I didn't realize he pitched against us. Gabe, you might have even caught him because he'd come up and throw with us in the winter in the gym. Remember we had those Sunday gym things, Gabe? Do you remember coming in and catching guys?
Yeah, but I don't remember his name.
No, well, he was young. So that game, we scored 3 in the bottom of the 7th to beat him 3-2. Yeah. So there you go. I knew you guys would be like, I didn't even remember. I forgot. Oh my God. Wow. We beat him. He's the guy. He's been in the big leagues for like 7 years. So actually longer than that, probably.
Why'd we play at Napoleon that day?
Tournament?
We used to always play a 3-way.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was a 3-way, but
three-way.
Yep.
We did it with. It used to be with Napoleon, Anthony Wayne. Anthony Wayne got out because they started going to Myrtle Beach or Florida over their spring break, and it was always then. And then Eastwood got in for a while.
I remember that now. Now that you say that, we played Napoleon. I remember it.
You guys had 4 losses that year. How many of those games? Weren't we just? Wasn't it? I think in the text thread, Rick, weren't they all by 1 run, or at least 3 of them were by 1 run?
Got beat by Brian. Got beat by Brian by 1, Anthony Wayne by 1, and Tenora by 1. Yeah,
Tenora.
We lost to Brian.
Tenora was the game we were up 7 or 8-0.
Yeah. Did Matt Whistler throw? I assume.
No,
he did not.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
We wouldn't have scored. I don't think we'd have scored 7 or 8 against him, Manny.
No.
Yeah, Blaylock threw. It was 3-2 that game. That was Ziggy threw a ball over the third baseman's head. I think that kind of made that loss happen. But I was reading this article. We left 11 runners on base against Brian.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Well, we've got one
Why
more
did
game
we
to talk
end?
about.
Why did we end up talking about at the end losing to Brian and Tenora? Like, what the hell? We just ruined the whole episode.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Had something good going
It was
here.
a fun night.
Now
I'm pissed off. I'm going to bed.
Can you edit that? Get that out of there.
We've got one more, and it's not great either. So,
We talked about the Tenora game before we started recording, but I gotta bring it up again because I know there's going to be some folks that watch it. But that was a tough loss. I mean, it was right up there with Napoleon, but we had no business losing those guys the night after they had prom, and things just did not go our way. But Tenora lost, Brian lost, and then Napoleon lost were some of the biggest memories I have from that season.
Yeah.
3 of our 3 rivals, really, when you think about it. But.
I remember the Tenora loss. I can remember that because right after my oldest had a son out at Deal, and I went out to watch, and I stand on the left field line with my wife, and some guy came up to me, and he's like, "Hey, do you hear the high school lost to Tenora today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did. I heard that." He's like, "Yeah, they were up 7-0 and blew it. It's all coaching. Coaches cost them that game." And I'm like, and I looked at him and go, "You mean the head coach, right?" And he just started laughing and walked away. And my wife goes, "He has no idea you coach for Defiance, does he?" I'm like, "I don't think he does."
Or maybe he did.
Maybe the head coach. Maybe he did. Yeah.
You didn't have your baseball pants on still?
No, I must have changed.
Wow. Night after prom too. Dang, that's rough.
It was those 3 losses were tough because, like we talked about earlier in the show, like we owned the
Yeah.
surrounding teams when we were growing up. Like every year we won. Like they were good games, competitive games, but we always found a way to win from 7th grade on. Like we always found a way to win, and then to do that our senior year is kind of
Yeah, we battled with Whistler. I remember Whistler since we were like Gabe said, probably since we were 12, really, because that's when he really started coming on the scene. And we're so deep as a class, right? And we were back then too. And you remember those little guys. I remember, or not little guys, but those little schools with those big names. And I remember Wasion had a Choppa guy that was really good back in the day. And then once Art gets like a sophomore, junior, he just becomes a monster. And who could have saw that coming? Because we owned Napoleon really up until that day of was it the sectionals?
It was the
And
sectional
yeah.
finals, yeah.
yeah, so
I
that was
remember
rough.
I remember my first memory of Art was I think he was a sophomore. What year did he graduate? He's the 11. Is he a senior with you guys?
He's
Yeah.
their age. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would have been Dace's junior year, his sophomore year. We were playing there. It was like first or second inning, and Dace throws a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, and he turns it around, and no one pulled Dace. And I mean, he hits a double down the line, and I remember Coach Held and I looking at each other like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And obviously, we found out real quick how good Art Warren was.
Well, that same year we were playing junior Acme that summer, and we were about to go to state, or I don't know if it was at state or we were about to go to state, and we were playing Napoleon, and they brought him down, and he hit like 4 bomb doubles, and he was just too much. He was just too much.
He was good. He was really good.
Well, he got us, but he beat. So he got to the big leagues, obviously, but Matt Whistler, he beat Matt Whistler both games they faced each other. Art beat Matt in the regular season, then beat him in the district finals to go to the
district
regionals.
finals.
Yep.
I covered that game.
Art was good, man, and we know how good Whist was. But that's just the quality of great players in our area over the years. So many great players, but of all the schools.
Yeah. Well, sectional finals. The date that the game was completed was May 16th. It was supposed to start on Friday the 14th. Got rained out. Guys came back Saturday, got through a couple of innings, and it was suspended. And it was 0-0. And then you guys came back on Sunday, and Napoleon ended up winning it 3-0. Winning pitcher Austin Monin, 3 innings, 5 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 1 K. Art came in through 4, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Losing pitcher that day, AK, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, 6 Ks. Robbie Ziegler came in through an inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and struck out 3. AK was 1 for 2. Austin Hancock 2 for 3 with a double. Napoleon scored 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. Gilliland RBI single in the 3rd, Miller a home run in the 4th, and Monin an RBI double in the 5th. So, 3-day adventure. It snapped Defiance's 12-year sectional title streak, losing that game to those guys that day. And I know you guys don't.
Ouch.
When we talk about all these wins, you don't remember, but I'm probably sure you remember that weekend. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Were we supposed to play at the Mud Hens field during one of these days that we played Napoleon? I thought for some reason I thought that we were supposed to play the Mud Hens game. And then like middle of the day, I remember talking to Coach Held, and he said, "No, we're playing Napoleon tonight. We're not going to the Mud Hens field." And I thought that was like one of the reasons kind of why we were not maybe prepared, but I could be.
This says we played the makeup game on Sunday. Do you remember that?
I don't remember playing on Sunday.
I don't either, but it says we played on Sunday. This was the play of the game. It sounds like the article. So when we got rained out or suspended the next day or 2 days later, whatever it was, it was tie ball game. They scored 1 in the top of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd, we had runners at 1st and 2nd. 1 out. And Joe Gentili came to plate after an intentional walk to Kidston. And Gentili hit a hard liner to Gillen at short. Michael Gillen. Do you guys remember this play?
Ryan.
And
Would have been Ryan.
Ryan Gillen. Oh, it's Ryan, not Michael Gillen. Okay, is that his brother?
Yeah.
Michael's his younger brother.
Okay. Yeah, Michael's the younger one. That's right. Ryan Gillen. So, do you remember what he did? I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
He dropped it.
I remember. I know
remember that.
the story. I think it's in the paper, but I see Ryan every day at work, and we hang out with him all the time, and we talk about this nonstop. I think the paper says he dropped it intentionally to turn double play, but he dropped it. He didn't catch the ball. Like he was trying to catch it, and it just hit out of his glove. But I think the paper says that he intentionally dropped the ball so he could turn.
It sounded like a heads-up baseball play. Like it made it sound like because it was going to just be a line drive. It says he intentionally dropped it, and then picked it up and got turned to double play.
He wasn't that sweet.
And that just took our wind right out of our sails.
That's my guy. RG's my guy.
Okay.
Is there any quotes from him in there about that? Because I don't know that I would say that unless he told me that. I just want to go on the record and say that.
Yeah. It was a smart play. This is Coach Ferguson. It was a smart play when you talk to kids about plays like that, but they have to be able to do that in the heat of the moment. And he did. Ferg said that double play was huge. It took the wind out of their sails and kept momentum with us. And then Held said the same play. That was a huge play in the game.
Yeah, Ferg's comment made it sound like he did it intentionally.
So that's probably why you got that, Timmy.
That's probably because Justin told me that. Yeah.
That makes the story better that Ryan says I didn't drop that on purpose.
I always razz Ryan about that, and he's never admitted one way. He just that was the play. I did it on purpose. I was like, no way.
See, I love this part of it because you work with this guy, and he's like, oh absolutely, and you're like, oh no, you dropped it, man. You just dropped it. I love it.
I mean, that was a hard shot by a Joe. Like
it was a rocket.
It was bang bang.
It was a rocket.
There was no time to think about. It wasn't like a blooper to him where he could like field it to himself. Like it hit his palm of his glove, I think, and popped out.
Yeah, it was a low rope.
Yeah,
it was a shot.
So, the other thing I remember about this was they were having really, really good swings on AK's changeup, and no one ever did that. And weeks later, it could have been in the summer. I remember Coach Perks. We were talking about it, and I remember me or Coach Held said, "Man, you guys had really good swings on his changeup." And he said, "It's the first time in my life I've ever done this, but I told him to sit changeup every pitch, because if we didn't, he goes, he would have dominated us." And I just said, "We're sitting changeup every pitch," and that's what they did. And I think really that ultimately that's what helped them.
AK's changeup that game wasn't his best. I remember the one that Tyler Miller took yard. That was a changeup that was hung up, and it wasn't his best stuff.
That was a no doubter. I tell you what, Coach Weaves. I was playing right. I didn't even move. I knew it was gone. I knew it was in Coletta's backyard. I just turned my head. It was gone.
Yeah, Garrett took can't get one to Coletta's backyard, but Tyler Miller did.
Yeah, he turned on that thing, and it was a high shot.
There aren't many opponents' home runs that I remember. There's a few, and that's certainly one of them.
Yeah, he was sitting that pitch for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Garrett's over here catching strays from Weaves. I mean, come on, man.
Garrett said that.
That's what I'm saying. But,
I said it. I would
had to bring it up again.
If Garrett wouldn't have said it first, I would have never said it.
I definitely
Yeah. I look back at that, and hindsight's 20/20. But like Gabe said, AK didn't have it then. We should have brought Big Vaughn back, and I didn't pitch. Because AK probably threw there wasn't a pitch count then, so he probably threw 35, 40 pitches maybe the day before or whatever it was, and he probably wasn't sharp. I mean, you still got to score though. I mean, we didn't score.
We didn't score, so it didn't matter.
We didn't score a damn run, so it didn't really matter.
We were already down 1-0.
Yeah, so we didn't score anything.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Monin was mixing it up really, really well that day.
Yeah,
I mean
that
was tough to go Monin to Art, like two completely opposite pitchers.
Completely opposite.
Well, that section was loaded. So you had Brian had Whistler throwing against. Remember Austin Buter from Wasion? He threw 90. He was a stud. He was a stud. And then you had Monin as a 2. We had Big Bon as our 2. Who was Brian's 2?
Blaylock.
Yeah.
Trevor Blaylock. Yeah, he was a
Or that
he was a
Robinson. They had a Robinson too.
he did have a Robinson too. Yeah.
Cheney, did they have
So
a Cheney, or did he throw? Or did he not throw it towards
I
the
don't
end of
think
his year?
I don't think he threw.
He was a good player though.
Yeah.
Right? Matt Cheney.
Yeah,
Yep. But that was
He-
really good. Really good sectional. Really good sectional.
yeah.
Yeah, and Van Wert had Napoleon beat the game before to get to us.
Dang it.
Boy, 11 was like 06. Remember when 06, when they lost 3 of their games, 3 guys played professional baseball? Wasn't Kane the year Kane with those guys ripping those guys?
Oh, the 3, yeah.
When we went through the
Um,
3 loss, or they had 3 loss, and all were the like guys who wanted to play pro ball. Like it was.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's somebody they're better that day. So.
Yeah.
Some guys are really, really good. We play.
Did
Yep.
you guys play 2 more games after
Yeah.
the sectional
Yeah.
loss?
Yeah, because we had
you
we always played, because then you never get your games in, and we'd have games scheduled for during the tournament. And I asked these guys, we played the next day against Central Catholic, and then we played a start like another day later. And they said, "Yeah,
It
let's
wasn't
play."
another day. It wasn't another day later. It was like a week later. And we didn't practice. We had like 3 or 4 days off. We didn't practice, and we came out and absolutely raked. And I remember after the game, AK like, I've told you guys all along, practice is overrated. Why in the world do we got to throw every day?
you guys finished
Never.
21-4.
I will never forget that.
Was that your lowest win total, Tom, in any of the years? I mean, that was a bad weather
We only
year,
won
but-
19 and 19.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Mike, you had a home run in the Central Catholic game.
Yeah, garbage game, garbage time home run.
Well,
Got it in.
Catholic.
We played
Yeah,
Napoleon Tournament on the 16th of May. We played Toledo Central Catholic on the 17th of May. And then we played Start 2 days on the 20th. We had 2 days.
Julie Belaw got robbed that game.
Yes,
Yep,
and Julie
and,
Belaw got robbed.
Yes,
But
bro,
I've been waiting for
John
this story.
Kitson-
This was going around on the
And
text
John
thread
Kitson
today.
took us all to Five Guys afterwards.
That was a spot back in the day. That was a spot. Five Guys in Chipotle. That was what everybody was talking about back then.
So Kurt, let's hear what did your mom say when she realized that her purse was stolen?
Oh, she instantly wanted to call the cops. And Mike's dad was like, have them track it, and then I'm gonna go find them. So they tracked the credit card, and they were like, hey, it was being used at this gas station. Mike's dad's on his motorcycle trying to find these guys.
That dude's gonna get
driving
jumped.
around
He was gonna
Toledo.
get jumped and get his wallet taken. That's what was gonna happen if he found him.
No, yeah, it was pretty wild.
Did she ever get it? Did Julie ever get it?
No, I don't think she ever did, but luckily nothing crazy got, taken. She canceled all her cards and stuff. It's just the hassle of having to deal with that. You guys know how it is. Just that was more what the issue was than some actual monies. Just having to deal with it.
We won 12-2 against Start. Put 12 runs up in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was
Good way to go out.
Now that you bring it up, Gabe, there was something weird about that sectional game. I don't think we were supposed to play Napoleon that day.
I can
remember.
I'm 80% sure that.
I think we were playing at Mud Hens Field, and then we're playing the sectional game today.
Yeah. I don't know if the sectional game got rained out originally.
Yeah.
And then
that might have happened.
That's what happened. It got rained
we were
out.
supposed to play.
Yep, that's what
Mudheads
happened.
that Friday, and then I remember going to Coach Held's room like at lunchtime, and he's like, "Nope, tell all the guys we're playing Napoleon today." I'm like, we just went from not caring about anything that we're playing at the Mud Hens field, and now we gotta get our mindset.
That's what happened. Yep.
Might have been because the weather was so crappy. You know what I mean? And we didn't think we could get it in. There was more rain. I don't know. I don't remember that. But you guys would remember playing the Mudheads, because that's always a big deal to go play at the Mudheads games.
Yeah.
See, that's probably true.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
And the Toledo Start game was at the old Mudhead Stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nope. I think it was
Ned
at Toledo
Skeldon?
Start.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
the
at their
Ned
high
Skeldon.
school.
I think it was at Toledo Start. I think.
Or was
But
Yeah,
it
it
I
looked
don't think
like
we got
Will
to
We
play
played.
there.
You
Skelton.
guys played some games at Ned Skelton, though. We played games at Ned Skelton during the year.
Oh,
Though.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Right on.
So,
Right on.
all right.
Okay.
Now, before we sign off here, guys, was there another story, or did we cover everything that we were kind of chatting about before the? Is there any other
Oh,
stories
actually,
that
I
we
do
need
have
to?
a story. I have an Acme
Oh, that's
story.
right.
I
You
have a
said you
great
had a.
story. It was Acme, so we would have been juniors. We would have been no. Well, the 2010 class was playing, and Nafi just turned 18. And Nafi's the golden boy, and he was like, "All right, hey guys, we're in our hotel. We got a game the next morning. Coaches are who knows where, they're probably at the bar somewhere. But they're not near us." And Nafi's like, "Hey man, let's go get some tobacco. I'm 18. Let's go get some pouches." And everyone's like, okay, you're not, it's Nafi. If he's with us, we're good. We're good. We get caught, we're with Nafi. And I don't know who went. I know it was Nafi, myself, and there was maybe one other person, and we totally misjudged how far that gas station was. There was an overpass. We had to cross it and it ended up being a half a mile. We got there and then we had to come back and everybody was calling us like, hurry up, hurry up. Coaches are knocking, coaches are coming. We got the tobacco. We came back and no one's ever put it in a dip before. Maybe Nafi a couple times. That's probably why he went and got it. So we all put it in the dip and I kid you not, 7 minutes later, everyone's just like, just throwing up everywhere. I haven't put in a dip since. I haven't even got close to it.
That wasn't Acme. That was the
Oh no, that was
Bell Fountain trip.
yeah. You're right. That was Bell Fountain trip.
I thought
Before
you
the
guys-
season.
I thought you guys crossed the highway.
We did.
33.
Yes, yes. But hey, we had Nafi with us, so we.
Is that when we pulled Joe Gentili into the room and made him sleep with us?
Probably.
I think so. Joe probably ratted us out. Knowing Joe back then, he probably ratted us out. He was trying to get that starting job, Gamer. He's trying to get that starting job.
Your ass would have been running and not playing if he would have ratted you out.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, when we ran polls, we counted by two, so we would have been okay. When they give polls out like candy, it's sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Love it. Oh, so good. So good.
But no, I appreciate you guys setting this up. I had a lot of fun. A lot of good laughs came from this and some good memories.
That's good stuff.
Thanks for
Appreciate you
having
guys
me.
being.
Sure.
Appreciate you
Yes,
guys being on. I
appreciate
wish
it.
all the rest of the guys could have made it. I know they all had commitments and everything, but thanks a lot for taking the time. And I love you guys, man. And you were another great addition to Defiance baseball. That's for sure. That's
Yes,
for sure.
sir.
And
Yeah,
now you got
appreciate it.
kids to raise. So now do the
That's right.
fatherly thing and be great dads, which I know you all will be. So,
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Coach
Amen.
Coach Weaver, you guys definitely have a lot to be proud of, as you know. But I mean, there's so many people that have had their lives impacted by your guys' leadership, and it goes well beyond sports. Like the mental
Yeah.
side of the game that we had to learn growing up in baseball, like that lasts for a lifetime. That just doesn't last in high school and in baseball. You carry that on in your career, at home, with your family. It goes like a long way. And I think about it all the time. So I just want to thank you guys for all you've done.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
buddy.
See you guys. Thank you.
We'll see
If, you
you.
need,
Have a good one.
if anybody needs anything, holler. Garrett, I can't drive all the way to Florida though. If you need something,
That's all right. That's all right.
but I may come down to Florida in the spring, so I may give you a shout.
Hey,
So.
if you guys will come back down, let me know. I'll swing over that way. So
All right,
Awesome.
absolutely.
We'll see you
Thanks,
guys.
See you
Have a good one.
guys.
Guys, appreciate it.